He's already alongside Vettel. He's going to try and take the lead of the Grand Prix. Raikkonen's briefly in the lead, but Vettel holds on Rosberg and Raikkonen around the outside, and it's a Ferrari 1-2 by turn 3. And we're about to go into the right hand of the double right hand now. Sebastian goes wide, and Kimi Raikkonen, that has allowed him to move into the lead of the Grand Prix. So he's going to have to desperately go past Raikkonen now, going very wide on the exit, but he was ahead, I think, before he went wide, so that move will still count. Now moving on to lap 7, and Kimi Raikkonen has been catching up with Sebastian, who's been struggling with tyre wear, and it shows going to the stadium section, suffering with a lot of understeer and allowing Raikkonen to try and go around the outside, but that wasn't going to work, wasn't it? But Sebastian is at pit exit, but where is he in comparison to his teammate Kimi Raikkonen? There he is, going down the pit straight. Kimi Raikkonen is going to get ahead of his teammate. Yes, Raikkonen leads with the DRS wide open down the very, very long straight, and an easy move it is there for Sebastian to move back into P1 of this Grand Prix as we go into turn 3 now, and he's pulled over to one side. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? That's going to cost the team the Constructors' Championship. We're going to have a look, but I don't think Nico Rosberg or Lewis Hamilton are going to come down the pit straight anytime soon, and Sebastian will easily retain the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel wins the Mexican Grand Prix, putting him one step closer towards the Drivers' Championship. Hey, what's up? It is Dan or DMath96 here, and welcome back to Sebastian's return to glory for the penultimate round of the season at Interlagos for the Brazilian Grand Prix. And after a truly dominant performance last time out at Mexico, where Sebastian won by about nearly 16 seconds ahead of the two Mercedes drivers, he has his first opportunity to secure the 2015 World Championship this weekend at the track he secured the title 3 years previously in 2012, and we all remember that race where he spun out at turn 1. Then he responded by charging through the field and eventually finishing the race in 6th position, enough to secure him his 3rd World Championship. This weekend, a 5th title is on the line for Sebastian. Will it be just as dramatic as 2012's? We're going to have to find out very soon, but on your screen right now is the championship permutations for this race weekend. So this tells us how the championship can either be won by Sebastian Vettel or continued to the final round of the season. So for Sebastian to win the title this weekend, he simply just has to finish ahead of Nico Rosberg or finish higher than the position stated in the next box, which is for Rosberg to keep the title going to the final round in Abu Dhabi. So for Rosberg to do that, he simply just has to either win the race or finish 2nd. Vettel has to finish in 4th. If Vettel takes 6th, Rosberg has to take 3rd. If Vettel 7th, Rosberg will have to take 4th. Vettel 8th, Rosberg will have to be 5th. If Vettel finishes 9th, Rosberg will have to be 6th. And if Vettel doesn't score, Rosberg will have to finish in 7th place. So we have a lot to keep an eye on heading into this crucial penultimate round. Will the championship be won by Sebastian Vettel, or will Rosberg get one more chance to do it in Abu Dhabi? But now it's time to turn our attention to the qualifying report. As we enter the closing stages of the season, the penultimate round brings us to the classic Interlagos circuit for the Brazilian Grand Prix. A circuit known for its championship deciders, such as Hamilton's last corner move in 2008 and Vettel's challenge for the field in 2012. Will the championship be Sebastian's after this weekend? Will Stevens was once again the quickest of the two Manor cars in 19th. This track holds good memories for Fernando Alonso in 2005, where he took his first world title. However, he couldn't push his McLaren hard enough and will start 16th. Felipe Nasr was not pleased with 14th place for his first home Grand Prix, although he managed to beat teammate Marcus Ericsson in 17th. Max Verstappen made Q3 in 10th and ahead of teammate Sainz in 15th. Red Bull weren't especially pleased with 9th and 13th, however Christian Horner feels confident that both cars will be able to score points. Nico Hülkenberg's qualifying struggle ended with an excellent 8th place start and out-qualifying teammate Sergio Perez for the first time since Russia. Pastor Maldonado impressed for Lotus in 7th, managing to out-qualify both Red Bulls and teammate Romain Grosjean. Felipe Massa will start behind Valtteri Bottas at his home race, being nearly 3/10 of his teammate. Both Mercedes missed out on the front row for only the 2nd time this season, not the start that Nico Rosberg wanted this weekend with the title on the line. This means that it's an all-Ferrari front row for the 2nd time this season, and even though the driver's title was up for grabs, Sebastian Vettel's 8th pole position secures him the pole position trophy for 2015. Looking back at the top 10, and it's Max Verstappen alongside sister teammate Daniel Ricciardo at the back row of the grid, just behind Nico Hülkenberg and Pastor Maldonado, the surprise of qualifying. The two Williams cars line up behind the two Mercedes cars, with Nico Rosberg looking to try his very best to keep the championship fight going, but with Sebastian Vettel in pole position. Could he be on his way to securing his 5th Drivers' Championship? It's now time for the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Turn on, let's go 10 out of 10. Funky rebel music on the radio again, tune in. Let's go 10 out of 10. Funky rebel music on the radio again, turn on. Let's go 10 out of 10. Funky rebel music on the radio again, tune in. Let's go 10 out of 10. Funky rebel music on the radio again, turn on. Let's go 10 out of 10. Funky rebel music on the radio again, tune in. Let's go 10 out of 10. Funky rebel music on the radio again.
And it's lights down, away we go. Both Ferraris getting off the grid well, so do the two Mercedes drivers. Nico Rosberg ahead of teammate Lewis Hamilton as Kimi Raikkonen going down the inside of Sebastian Vettel going into the center S's. As Kimi Raikkonen going to take the lead of the Grand Prix. I think he has done. Vettel tries to fight back, but Raikkonen actually takes the lead of his teammate, and Lewis Hamilton is side by side with Nico Rosberg, but he'll have the inside line going into the next corner. And there is Vettel going down the inside of his teammate for turn 4 now, and they go slightly wide. Off is Nico Rosberg! And now has that decided the World Championship, as Nico Rosberg is now in last place. We're going to have a look on board with the Mercedes driver, and I think he just got it all wrong. Yeah, hit the back of Kimi Raikkonen and forces him into a spin. I don't know if that was Kimi's fault or Nico's, I really have no idea, but that's completely ruined Nico's race. Now he just, I think he just needs to hope for a miracle to happen if he wants to win this World Championship, as he was rejoined in stone dead last. We'll have a look on board now with a rear view camera of Kimi Raikkonen's Ferrari, and yeah, I really can't tell whose fault that was. Just really a real shame for Nico Rosberg, and now it looks like this championship could be Sebastian Vettel's, but he has to hold on to Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Raikkonen. But we don't know, Nico Rosberg could charge through the field, it could be just like 2012. But now we're skipping on to the end of lap 2, and Vettel has had Kimi Raikkonen and Lewis Hamilton right behind him. Raikkonen setting the fastest lap of the race as well, so Kimi could potentially be a good contender to win this race. Of course, he's only won one race per season. It would be good for him if he can get another one. But now going down the DRS straight, this is where Hamilton will get the DRS on Sebastian Vettel into the left-hander, and Vettel forced out wide. He goes way wide off the track. Hamilton takes the lead. Raikkonen takes second place off Vettel. So now Vettel drops down to third. If that was Nico Rosberg behind him, I'm sure it would be an even scarier moment for Sebastian. But now he's trying to have a look round the outside of Kimi Raikkonen. He switches to the inside line and he takes back second position. And now he's going to charge for Lewis Hamilton to try and take the lead back off a Mercedes driver. But now we're going to go further back down the field and have a look where Nico Rosberg is at. And there he's still in last place, but I don't think he will be there for long. He's going to get past the two Manor drivers to double overtake around the corner where he spun off on the first lap. But now moving on to the next lap, lap 4, and Sebastian is 6 tenths behind Lewis Hamilton, but once again going wide at the exit of the center S's, and that is going to lose him a lot of time. But he will have a DRS, but I don't think it's going to make an impact. As you see, no, he's not keeping up at all. But we skip on to the end of lap 6, and Sebastian still couldn't get past Lewis Hamilton, and he started to pull away as Sebastian's tyres were going off, so he is coming into the pits for another set of the option tyres. Kimi Raikkonen, of course, going down the pit straight to take second place. But Sebastian, I think he's going to rejoin, I think, mid-pack. I think with the likes of, like, probably like the Saubers and the Lotus drivers. There you can see going down turn 1 now. I think there was both Saubers involved in that. And I don't know who else is in that, but I think Nico Rosberg actually might be one of them. Looks like he's made some gains. One of the Red Bulls, and yeah, that is a Mercedes in that train. And yeah, that is Nico Rosberg behind one of the Red Bull cars, and he's going to make a move on Danny Kvyat. It seems skipping further onto the lap, and Vettel gets past Kvyat. Is he going to get past Rosberg as well? He tries. Whoa. A slight twitch there from Sebastian, but he gets around the outside of his championship rival Nico Rosberg. But of course Rosberg hasn't stopped yet, so Vettel is still pretty much the favourite to win this championship. And as we move on to lap 8 now, he gets past Felipe Nasr going into turn 1. Nico Rosberg still hasn't pitted yet, and I believe Hamilton and Raikkonen haven't, but Nasr still fighting back, and Sebastian going very wide once again. And Nasr once again takes back that third place on the track, as he still hasn't pitted yet. But Nico Rosberg's actually looking behind as well. But Sebastian going to the inside, Nasr off the track. I don't know how Sebastian didn't get a warning or an illegal overtake warning for that. Just a bit of a weird. I was a bit weird there from the stewards. But as we move on to lap 9 now, and Lewis Hamilton has, as you can tell, he has pitted. Kimi Raikkonen now is in the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. And as you can see on the minimap, Lewis Hamilton is going to easily rejoin ahead of Sebastian Vettel. So the overcut has worked for Lewis Hamilton, staying out. I think it was 2 laps later. He's managed to keep his lead, but now we move on to a few laps later onto lap 12. And Sebastian has now actually made it into DRS range of Lewis Hamilton. But as you can see, his tyres are starting to wear, and they've been wearing quite quickly. But now he still just can't get any closer to Lewis Hamilton. Onto lap 14, it seems that these option tyres are pretty much done now, so he's going to come into the pits for his second pit stop. He's going to fit another set of the option tyres on and once again try and get another undercut on Lewis Hamilton. Hopefully it will work better than last time. He won't be joined behind him. But Kimi Räikkönen, I think, has just gone down the pit straight now. He has taken second place for the time being. But again, he still has to pit. I think it looks like for Sebastian will be rejoining in third position ahead of Felipe Massa, who's in fourth for Williams. But now on to lap 17, I believe Räikkönen and Hamilton are pitting this lap. So Sebastian should go down the pit straight now. He could make a few positions up here. We don't know how much, but there is Räikkönen in the pits. And I think that's what I think that might want a back marker. So is it going to be Lewis Hamilton? It is Lewis Hamilton! And Sebastian has made a big undercut on Lewis Hamilton. This time the undercut has worked and he's taken the lead. Now looking at the race director's screens, you can see now Sebastian Vettel is in first, Nico Rosberg is in sixth, and it's going to be a struggle for him to get out of that position. So his championship chances are looking pretty slim. Sebastian just laps the back marker of Will Stevens. As we move on to lap 20, Sebastian still in that crucial first position. Nico Rosberg still down in sixth. He's not had the best of race that he would have wanted. But as we go into the final corner, Sebastian now has a 1.6 second advantage over Lewis Hamilton, who is still in second. Kimi Räikkönen is in third, but I don't think he's in contention to win this race anymore. But Sebastian going very wide at the exact same corner where the man behind him, Lewis Hamilton, won the World Championship back in 2008, and that has allowed him to catch up, well, quite dramatically as we go on to the pit straight, first of the DRS zones. As we go into turn 1, Hamilton switching to the inside line, and Hamilton he can't hold it, and Sebastian just holds it around the outside line to keep the lead of the Grand Prix. And it looks like that we're going to have a great battle towards the end between these. Somebody's just come out the pit lane. That's Pastor Maldonado in the Lotus, but he should get out of the way very quickly so we don't have to spend too much time behind him. And yet we go around the outside of the Venezuelan and we keep the lead for the time being. But we're going to have to pit in 2 laps time on lap 24, which is now. We're going to fit our prime tyres for our final stint, and we're going to have to go 12 laps on these prime tyres. So it looks like it could be a risky decision to go 12 laps on these prime tyres when the options have only lasted about 6 or 8 laps. But now we go on to lap 26, about to start lap 27, and as you will see there is Lewis Hamilton coming out of the pit lane. Sebastian Vettel has one of the Force Indias just ahead of him, and Lewis Hamilton is just about to reach pit exit now. It's going to be very close between the two of them. Lewis Hamilton is at pit exit. Sebastian is just rounding the final corner of the CNRS. There is Lewis Hamilton. Both cars are side by side as we go into the left-hander. Who is going to emerge? And it's Vettel who takes the lead once again of the Brazilian Grand Prix. And this battle between these two is not going to end just yet, but we're on the DRS straight. Lewis Hamilton has the DRS. He's going to make the move, going at the inside of Sebastian Vettel into the first corner now. Vettel just closed the door, and Hamilton keeps the lead of the Grand Prix, once again going slightly wide, so it's going to give Hamilton a good run going on to DRS straight. What a battle we're having here at this penultimate round of the season. I don't know where Nico Rosberg is, but as it stands, Sebastian will take the championship if the results stay like this, and he goes very wide. Hamilton making the move down the inside, and Vettel still trying to hold on into the inside line. Right-hander, he takes back the lead of the Grand Prix. What a battle we're having between both drivers here, and it's not over yet. We've still got 6 laps remaining, and Sebastian has caught up to a load of back markers. That's Jenson Button, Fernando Alonso, and Felipe Nasr, who was actually in third place once for the time being, but obviously he's had to pit. But we go on for cinematic, and Jenson Button, what is he doing? Just breaking right in front of Sebastian Vettel, and I'm surprised that he didn't lose his front wing from that. But Sebastian just goes round the inside of the former world champion Lewis Hamilton, doing the same as well. And on to lap 31 now. Hamilton is right behind him yet again, and the tyres, as you can see, it looks like that risky decision, pitting quite early on and having to do nearly 12 laps on their prime tyres, is looking to be very tough, as Sebastian's tyres are almost gone. And as we go, the exit for CNRS is now onto the DRS straight, and Lewis Hamilton is there. He will have the DRS this time once again, and this time's had a much better run, but Sebastian's going to have to try and hold him on the outside. He's been struggling with this corner for pretty much the entire race. and especially with overtakes, he's been forced by pretty much every attempt. But there, Lewis Hamilton taking the lead once again of the Brazilian Grand Prix. These two having a fantastic battle. But we're going into one of Sebastian's favourite passing places. He's pulled off many overtakes already in this race, and he's done it once again to take the lead back of a Grand Prix. Onto lap 34 now, and Lewis Hamilton's going to try again at the same corner. It seems to be Hamilton's favourite passing spaces here, but Sebastian going wide once again, just can't hold it on. And Hamilton once again moves back into the lead. And now Sebastian, he's not side by side this time, he's going to have to try around the outside, and it's not really worked, but he will have the inside line going into his favourite passing space, braking very, very late, and he takes back the lead of this exciting penultimate round of the season. Onto lap 35, a penultimate lap. Lewis Hamilton trying again round the same corner. Sebastian holding it off a lot better this time, but no, he still goes wide, and Lewis Hamilton's back in the lead. And I don't know if Sebastian's tyres can hold on much longer, but if it stays like this, he will still take the Drivers' Championship. As you can see, there was a bit of contact earlier on, but he goes down the inside yet again. He's back in the lead of the Grand Prix. And the penultimate lap, and is he now going to run away towards the checkered flag? I really have no idea, but Hamilton is still keeping up with him. Meanwhile, we're going to go on board with Nico Rosberg, who is in 6th position. He's been there after the pit stops, and it looks like that he's not going to make any progress from that position. But I'm guessing he would love to be where his rival and fellow countryman is about to be heading now as he goes into the final few corners. He is heading towards the corner where the man behind him, Lewis Hamilton, won his first World Championship back in 2008 with dramatic circumstances. Sebastian also knows how it feels to win a championship here back in 2012. But this year he is going to achieve what only 2 other drivers have done before. Sebastian Vettel is now a 5-time Formula 1 World Champion.
Yes, great drive, well done. Sei un campione, grande Seb.
Oh, thank you, boys. Unbelievable. Thank you, I love you. Unbelievable.
What a drive, and what a race, and what a championship fight it has been. And Sebastian Vettel comes out on top and takes a race win from Lewis Hamilton second, Kimi Räikkönen third. The 2 Williams drivers at Bottas and Massa 4th and 5th, with a disappointed Nico Rosberg in 6th. I think he could have done a lot better if he didn't get spun out of turn 1. Unfortunately, his championship chances are now over. Nasser takes 7th at his home Grand Prix with Kvyat, Sainz and Jenson Button rounding out the top 10. But now into the Drivers' Championship, and Sebastian Vettel has secured the World Drivers' title, 47 points ahead of Nico Rosberg in 2nd, and with no double points for the final round of the season, this means that Vettel is now a 5-time Formula 1 World Champion, joining the likes of Michael Schumacher and Juan Manuel Fangio. A big shame for Nico Rosberg, but he has beaten Lewis Hamilton to 2nd place in the Drivers' Championship as he failed to beat him last year, and Lewis Hamilton's also secured 3rd place, so now the battle is for the lower position of the championship, with an excellent battle 4 between Räikkönen and Bottas. But looking at the Constructors' Championship standings, and Mercedes still lead, but now they're only 22 points ahead of Ferrari, so the Constructors' Championship chances are looking pretty slim for Ferrari, but I don't think they really care. They've already won the Drivers' Championship, and Sebastian was aiming for that. But they're going to try and get the Constructors' Championship, but again, it doesn't look that possible. Williams have pretty much secured 3rd, Red Bull taking 4th, and then we've got a battle for 5th between Toro Rosso, Sauber, McLaren and Lotus, with Force India and Manor pretty much securing their positions. But now, before we move on to the podium, let's take a quick look at some of the best moments from Sebastian Vettel's championship winning season.
So alive, I've never felt this way before. It must be you and I. It's got me thinking about us more. It's these bright lights that put me in a daze, and I can't stop but think about the way that you move around up and down on that stage.
And there he is, your new 5-time world champion, Sebastian Vettel. Nobody thought he'd be able to do it with his first season with a Ferrari team, but he has. Can he now match a record set by his hero Michael Schumacher? That is a question for the future, but I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please leave a like, comment down below and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Still got one more round to go. So, next time guys, it's been DMan96. I'll catch you guys next time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.